Abram looked at the stars and saw the church. The church in Genesis 15. Have you ever waited so long for God's promise that you started to wonder if it would ever happen? Abram felt that tension in Genesis 15. He had left his home, obeyed God, and turned down riches, but he still had no child. In this chapter, God does more than comfort Abram. He reveals secrets about the church's covenant that would shape history. Let's walk through it. God told Abram, "Do not be afraid. I am your shield, your very great reward." Abram was still childless, but God took him outside and said, "Look at the stars. So shall your offspring be." Abram believed, and it was credited to him as righteousness. The hidden truth is that the church is born not from works, but from faith. Just as Abram was justified by faith, so the church stands righteous by trusting Christ. Our identity is not built on what we achieve, but on what we believe. Then God cut a covenant with Abram in a dramatic ceremony. Animals were split in two, and a smoking firepot and blazing torch passed between the pieces, while Abram was in a deep sleep. This wasn't Abram walking through. It was God alone. The hidden truth is that the covenant of salvation doesn't rest on us, but on God himself. In Christ, God fulfilled both sides of the promise. The church exists because God swore by himself that his promise would never fail. Finally, God told Abram about the future. His descendants would be enslaved for 400 years, but would come out with great possessions and inherit the land. The hidden truth is that the church's journey also passes through suffering before glory. Like Israel, we may endure seasons of bondage and waiting, but the inheritance is sure. The covenant cannot be broken. The church is sustained not by immediate results, but by the unbreakable promise of God. If you believe God's covenant still holds and his promises never fail, then put the word stars in the comments. Because in Christ's church, you are part of a promise written in the heavens.